Welcome back, everybody, to the Dragon's Lair. My name is Wade, and this is my show Let's Talk, where we talk about Warhammer 40k. Today I want to tell you about the Parasite of Mortrex. So this is a really cool guy. He's part of my harassment models that I use. So, like, when I play in an RTT, a Rogue Trader tournament, you have some models that are like your frontliners. In my opinion, this is how I come at it. You have some models that are your frontliners. You have models that are going to be your melee combat people. You have your models that are going to shoot. You need your models that are going to harass. They're going to move around the back sides and the back edges. They're going to try to take objectives away from your opponent. You need models that have movement-based skills, as well as protections. And I love monsters for sure, but you need things that have more guile and have tricks. Definitely the Parasite of Mortrex has the tricks. Go ahead and also check out my video on Death Leapers, because Death Leapers, in my opinion, are the king of tricks. But let's talk about the Parasite. So, get into that stat block. Movement 12, super cool. Keep in mind, he flies. The rules for flying is different now in 10th. So now you have to measure diagonally up. So like if you're going to fly up onto a building and it's 3 inches up, you got to measure diagonally. It used to just be horizontally, and that's all that mattered. But now it's diagonally. So keep that in mind. It's still good. You just can't go as far as fast anymore. Tough 5, not super great. Strength 4 weapons, regular on the floor bolters and stuff like that is still gonna need force to wound you there, force or 5s. But he's not super tough. That's okay. Toughness is not his gig. Save 4, it's junky. He doesn't have an invulnerable or anything, so keep him safe. Wound 5, not great. Leadership 8. It's on the other side of bad. It's on the bad side of bad. 7 is pretty much standard for things that you expect to pass leadership. And keep in mind, he's not going to be in Synops the vast majority of the time. If you've got him in Synops, you might have a problem. Objective Control 1 is not great, but if you're all the way far to the left or all the way far to the right, or you've created your own objective, just depends what mission you're playing. 1 is all you need. If you're winning by 1, then 1 is all you need. It's a pretty small model, so it's kind of easy to hide, although the wings are a little big. I didn't have any trouble putting mine together. I really look forward to painting him. I will be painting him soon with my Death Leaper. Let's talk about the abilities. So Deep Strike. This is one of the important ones here. So if you're playing in like a RTT, you have these secondary mission objectives that are like have one model in each board edge, like 6 inches from the corner. They're movement-based things. They require you to be all over the place, okay? So you need inexpensive models that have movement-based abilities or movement-based deployment abilities that allow you to do these things. So I love Ripper Swarms for this. They're cheap. They can deep strike. I also love the Death Leaper for this same ability, even though he is tougher and actually has a pretty good melee output. When you're talking about light to medium infantry, he can hurt the tougher infantry, but that's not his job. That's not what he's there for. So Deep Strike is great. Remember, you can Deep Strike in anywhere that is outside of 9 inches of an enemy model. Anywhere. You can't do it on turn 1. You can use a stratagem to rapid ingress, but you can't do that on turn 1. Lone Operative, remember, Lone Operative. The really cool thing about Lone Operative is if you're outside of 12 inches, you can't shoot him. You just can't shoot him. People outside of 12 inches can't even see him. Can't even see him. He's John Cena. I don't know much about wrestling, but I know that. And then stealth. So even if they're within 12 inches and they take a shot at him, they get a -1 to hit him. That is going to help him stay alive. Go down to faction Synops. That means he benefits from Synops. So in order to give synapse, you have to have synapse as a key word down on the left. So keep that in mind. So here's where he kind of is really cool. I've never had this actually work out, but I'm waiting for the day. Each time an infantry model is destroyed by an attack made with this model's barbed avipressor, whatever. You know what it is. You read it. You know what it is. After this model has finished making its attacks, you can add one new Ripper Swarm unit to your army consisting of D3 models and set it up within 3 inches of this model. If you do, that Ripper Swarm unit can be set up within engagement range of the destroyed model's unit, but not within engagement range of any other enemy unit. It's so cool. He swoops down out of the sky. He bites a dude with this avipressor or whatever this thing is, and then the dude dies, and then he erupts into rippers. It's so cool. And keep in mind, you could roll the 3. You could roll the 3 and get 3 Ripper Swarms. And although Ripper Swarms, they're not super deadly. They're gonna do damage. They'll do something. They're gonna soak up wounds. And one of the big advantages here is, remember, anything that is within engagement range of Ripper Swarms has their objective control halved. So that could take away a objective from your enemy. If you fly in, make Ripper Swarms, and then they pop out, and then all of a sudden that whole unit's OC is halved, you'd have to have something else there, because the Parasite with objective control 1 is not going to be enough to take it from your enemy in any circumstance that I can think of. But just keep that in mind. It itches at the start of the fight phase. Select one enemy unit within engagement range of this model. That enemy unit must make a battle shock test. So it's super cool. You can get them to get in there and battle shock people. He's not going to last long. I'm not going to lie. He's not going to last long. But he does pack a little bit of a punch. So if you're looking over at his melee weapons, you have 6 attacks. Is pretty good. Weapon skill 2. That's pretty good. Strength 5, which means you are wounding Marines on 3s. And Guardsmen. Guardsmen, Fire Warriors, Aspect Warriors, any of the light infantry of anyone's army, this is going to be good. AP 1, not great, but what are you going to do about it? Damage 1, Guardsmen. Like I said, Fire Warriors. Like I said. Here's the milk and honey, though. The Barbed Avipressor, whatever. Anti-Infantry 3, extra attacks. It only gets 1 attack, which is not great. Weapon skill 2, you're going to hit. Strength 3 doesn't matter, because with the Anti-Infantry 3, it wounds on a 3. So keep that in mind. AP 2, really good. AP 2 is good in 10th edition. That's the threshold for good. At 2 or better, so 2 is good, anything better, pretty good. Damage 3, you're going to kill a Guardsman. You could accidentally kill a Space Marine with this guy. And then you've got Ripper Swarms, which is so cool, and I can't wait till it happens to me. I don't play against Guard very much. I haven't seen Tau recently, but, it's pretty cool. So, once again, I look at everything through the lens of Invasion Swarm. So maybe you could use a rapid regen to help keep him alive a little bit longer. Maybe you can, use a CP to move him out with the strike and move. Those are your pretty good options there. But if you run him in a Vanguard Invader, then he can move, advance, and then charge. Keep that in mind. So that could be something that'd be pretty useful for you. I like them. I think they're cool. They're cheap. They're a good deep striker. They're going to do some damage. I use them. I use 1. But I think they're pretty cool. So we here at the Dragon's Lair understand that you could spend your time anywhere on the internet. So we want to say thank you for spending your time here with us at the Dragon's Lair.